right. So for the daily tech topic of the day, the U.S. Army and Air Force just started using Salesforce's AI agents to handle military paperwork, vehicle fleet management, and recruiting onboarding. Not chatbots. They actually use AI to complete tasks on its own. So literally replacing some jobs. If the Pentagon is trusting AI to run its logistic paperwork, what does that tell regular businesses about where all this is headed in terms of AI?
That's very interesting. I mean, generally military is the last one to give their data out to AI. But in this case, hey, military is trusting AI, so business definitely should. And we are seeing that happening. In fact, if you have heard prominent leaders speak about it, saying that, hey, humans don't need to work. It's all AI, which will be doing the programming, the thinking, and the execution. So definitely, I can see a big gap where AI adoption is still not happening with businesses. What do you think?
Yeah, I think there's two sides to that. There's the logical tech side that tells me, yeah, if the government's trusting AI, then there's got to be some reason why businesses should trust it in the same manner. There's the other part of me that I think some of our listeners would maybe identify with that says that a lot of people don't trust the government. So a lot of people don't trust what decisions the government makes. So for them to just the people who feel that way to just blindly trust, like, oh, if the government is trusting AI, then I might as well implement that in my multi-million-dollar business,
Yeah. Think about it this way. Technology will evolve with time, okay? When there were no computers or laptop or any communication media, the growth of businesses was slower and very local. With digital communication picking up, the businesses went global, and the pace of growth has exploded. Just imagine if the intelligence is driving businesses, the growth will be more explosive. So given that fundamental, everybody wants to win. Everybody wants to generate more revenue, wants to be first. And that's the nature of business. They are competitive. So if they can adapt AI faster, they will lead the race. Of course, there will be situations where somebody will fail. Some experiments will fail. There will be companies who go bankrupt, but the end result will be, it will be a success for the humanity, and businesses will push forward.
Yeah. I also think that another relatable thing that stood out to me, and I'm sure stands out to a lot of your salespeople or just your intro to tech people listening to this, is the fact that it says Salesforce AI agents. Because a lot of times people don't associate Salesforce with all the capabilities it really has. They associate Salesforce to sales. And I think it's interesting to see government, Pentagon, the US in the same sentence as Salesforce AI agents.
Correct. Salesforce is also thinking to rebrand themselves as Agentforce instead of calling it Salesforce. That can be the direction of the company. But I'm pretty sure Mark Benioff has convinced government, saying that, hey, we are not a CRM tool. We are a platform which you can trust, and make sure it is ingrained with all the fleet which military uses.
Yeah. I think it's interesting too that it's actually I don't know if it's replacing jobs, but it sounds like if it's not already replaced those jobs, then it's helping them enough to where they're well on their way to replace those jobs that these agents are taking care of.
Yeah. You know what? I strongly believe that jobs will evolve, not get replaced. Meaning, if somebody is doing a particular job, agent is capable enough to do that 24/7. A human is not needed, but that same human can upskill and control multiple agents to do the job better. So that's how scalability is achieved. And in general, in businesses, it means more revenue. In military, it means saving tax dollars, hopefully.
Yeah. And I've thought about that too. Just like it may replace some of the jobs that we know, but it will
Yeah.
also create more jobs because without people knowing how to prompt, control, manage these agents, then they're probably not going to be doing as good a job as they could be, because while AI can be good for so many things, there's still in one of our last podcasts, our guest mentioned that humans will always be more complex than AI. And I think that is going to really kind of shape, I guess, the new jobs that are going to come about with AI.
Yeah, humans are creative beings, so definitely, I at least the day till we die, I don't see that AI controlling everything.
Yeah.
I mean, it is a possibility in future generations, but hopefully not with our generation.
Yeah.
Well, I am older than you, but sure.
Yeah, well, and part of me too is surprised, just from an unbiased standpoint, surprised that the government is jumping into that kind of stuff, because a lot of times we think of government systems as like old or slow, like DMV, for example. You go to the DMV and you're there for hours, and then maybe you don't even get what you needed. Like that's kind of what we think about government entities a lot of times.
Yeah.
So it is interesting and surprising to me to hear the government is actually using AI more than a lot of big companies in the US.
Yeah. That's, I think it's a need of the hour. If you have to be ahead, we know the geopolitical situation here, okay? Every country is trying to prove that they are ahead of others. So yeah, if government doesn't use AI, they'll be left behind.
Yeah.
Simple.
Now, do you think that other governments are doing big AI implementations as well?
Of course. I mean, without going too deep into geopolitical things, I think China has implemented an amazing AI technology at scale, because they are more than 1 billion people, and providing things at that scale needs a better technology implementation. And I mean, we can look up, there are many use cases where AI is implemented in an amazing way in China. I think India moved very fast from a very physical infrastructure to digital infrastructure, and trying to get into AI race faster. But I think there are implementation problems on grassroots level in India, which might prevent it to happen, which is with every country. I think US also, on the business side, AI implementations will take time, but US is land of opportunity. Somebody will be more creative and privatize that and implement AI in a better fashion.
Yeah. Yeah, it's easy to get into your bubble in whatever country you're in. Like for me, the US, it's just easy to think that, oh, your country's more forward, and then you kind of hear what's actually going on in the world, and you're like, oh wow, someone like China is actually in some ways leaps and bounds ahead process wise and technology wise as even a country like the US.
I feel China is ahead. I mean, we can, of course, we are not economists or global technology experts, but as far as I understand technology, they have sophisticated ways of implementing AI.
Yeah.
I think I'll pull up some examples for this. I mean, it's good to put facts in the conversation.